Hello, folks. I'm still on Instagram and I'm making a video and let's make my timers for my browser more. So I'm actually seeing a ad again. I'm seeing multiple ads now. This is an interesting ad about a tea company, which I'm going to seriously criticize for a moment. Not like criticize in the sense that bad ad. It's a great ad, but I'll tell you what else you can do. And For the problems that they mentioned, right, in the ad. Usually, an ad contains some problem, and they say you can solve the problem, how you can solve the problem using their product and whatnot. So let's look at the ad, and then I'll talk about that, right?
Of the chai you are drinking. Recent news articles exposing adulteration in chai have sent shivers down my spine. Is my daily chai truly safe? Are the ingredients genuine, or have they been infected by contaminants present in musty, dusty warehouses? As a chai lover, getting rid of my daily chai isn't an option, but I can certainly make smarter choices. Amidst my concerns, a glimmer of hope appeared in the form of an ad from this brand called Tea Box. Their promise of fresh and authentic Indian chai, sourced straight from the estates of Assam, blended with 100% real spices and no artificial flavors, got my attention. And the fact that they eliminate middlemen, that's a huge relief, ensuring hygiene and quality. Moving away from the mass chai brands might be tough for most of you because you are used to it. But Teabox has made it easier with their chai sampler, a collection of 10 exotic varieties of chai, all inspired by the different regions of India. But wait, there's more. They're even throwing in a free double wall cup and scoop spoon. I was like bowled over. My first sip of the Jaipur masala chai was just spot on, taking me back to the days when I visited Jaipur. You see this? No adulteration in sight. If you are a chai lover, you should definitely give them a try. Hurry before they switch the offer. Beware of the chai you are drinking.
Cool. So let's talk about this advertisement, right? It's funny how they actually talk about adulteration. I mean, adulteration is there in many industries, almost every food and beverages industry that you can see, right? I think there is. I've heard that there is adulteration even in coffee powder, and wherein they add something called chicory. I think it's called, and somehow or the other they basically do something like what do you say, add something different than the coffee powder or tea powder itself. I think it's called chicory. Chicory in coffee, right? It's supposed to be a bad thing because now you're not just paying for coffee. Let's say you get 100 grams of coffee or tea. That doesn't have 100 grams of coffee or tea powder or coffee powder. Instead, it has something different, and some say 80 grams or 90 grams of coffee, right? Or like say 75 grams or 70 grams of coffee or tea powder along with something else, say something like chicory. This is what I've heard though. So apparently it can be used to enhance the flavor of coffee or as a caffeine free substitute, but I've heard that it's not a good idea. I don't know. So some people don't like this. So complementary flavors that highlight and interference. Is it good to have chicory in coffee? Looks like it is good, but adulteration like chicory in coffee, good or bad? Let's just see once. And is adulteration so chicory, caramel, date seeds are actually a common adulterant in coffee. So people can add chicory intentionally and make it sound like as if they're providing coffee. And as you can see, they're talking about adulterated tea leaves also, tea leaves and tea powder, whatever, right? Now, how can you avoid this? Well, I would say just don't drink tea, coffee, right? like, I mean, this company is basically trying to um, claim that their tea powder is great, awesome. I think any company would try to say that their tea powder is great. How can you trust it? I don't know. They apparently talk about middlemen and whatnot. I don't know how they can actually source from everywhere without middle people and whatnot, middlemen and whatnot, and without redistribution and whatnot in between and happening and stuff like that. I don't know how that works, and I don't know how other companies do it. They were showing the labels of other companies, but in a blurred manner. I think it was Taj and then Red Label and whatnot. Probably next one would be Three Roses and whatnot, right? Coffee, chai. In this case, it's tea, so chai. There is a lot of coffee brands out there also, and these people are focusing on tea only. I think because the name itself is teabox.tea. Teabox being the company name and teabox.tea being the name of the Instagram handle. So yeah, I mean, I would be like, okay, I'll just stop drinking tea, coffee, right? Because however tea, coffee is not great, this guy says something like getting rid of tea is not an option. For me, it is. I'm fortunate enough for that. So I would say just avoid tea, coffee, just avoid a lot of this stuff. And of course, there is adulteration in like food items, like say vegetables also, or even fruits and all, or there is pesticides and fertilizers and whatnot being used in farming fruits and vegetables. That's a different problem, but similar, like wherein there's some toxin or toxic stuff in your food, right? And how do you deal with it? I think it's going to be tricky, but I'll figure out how to deal with that. But for this, I'm just going to say, hey, just say no to tea, just say no to coffee, just say no to just beverages in general, and just be happy. Right? And yeah, by the way, some people might think that I'm just showing ads and probably influencing ads, like being an influencer, showing people ads and whatnot. You could see it that way, or it's just me trying to criticize an ad. First of all, I need to show the ad to be able to criticize it, right? So yeah, I mean, so these people are pretty smart, trying to show adulteration and whatnot in tea. But the thing is, well, you don't even need to drink tea, I would say. Why even worry about adulteration and whatnot? And for adulteration and other stuff, you can focus on like trying to get other brands and whatnot. For tea, coffee, just chuck it. Move on, right? Anyways, so yeah, that's all I had for this video. To say that chuck coffee, chuck tea, and the smarter choice to make over here is to not go for a new brand. Probably I'll just say just chuck tea and coffee if you can. So yeah, that's all I had for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.